Good morning, guys. How are you? Are you ready? Are we on? Yeah, we're on. Good morning, everyone. It's me. It's Emma, Body Blitz Fitness. Are you ready for the hoop and chat? Yeah, of course you are. Right, I'm just going to grab the hoop. I'm going to start and I'll just talk to you as you go. Excuse the attire today. I've just taught a really lovely fitness Pilates class and it is so cold this morning. I just wasn't in the mood to put all my fitness gear on. So I'm half and half. I've got big old baggy bottoms. I've got my scrunch socks and my slippers, but I'm comfy. Right, you ready? So grab your hoops if you've got them. So I'm using a Power Hoop Deluxe. If you want to know about this hoop, feel free, drop me a message. I can sort you out a link for a 10% off discount code. I know it's not a lot, but 10% is better than nothing. Why am I hooping? Fantastic for reducing your waist to hip ratio, fantastic for helping wake up your core muscles, and fantastic for massaging out your digestive system. So if you're a bit bloated, a bit gassy, fantastic. Ready? So I'm going to put the hoop on my lower back. I'm going to zip up my tummy. Remember, to wake up your core, you want to do a zip up motion so you're not bearing down on your pelvic floor. Keeps your internal organs up where it should be and no pressure on that pelvic floor. Hoop onto the lower back. I'm going to put my right leg forward, turn my hoop to the left, and boom, I am off. I've got a timer on so I don't chew your ears off for too long today. Are you all good? It is terrific Tuesday today, and I hope you are all feeling good. I really hope you are. I'm feeling a lot better than I was this morning because I've literally just taught, as I said, fitness Pilates. Lovely, soothing class. It's really nice because it calms you down sort of mentally, but also it just soothes your body. So the way I taught this morning, we did a toe to top, toe to head mobility session. Then we did some stability work and some strengthening work. It was really, really enjoyable to teach, but also to do. So that's what I've been doing this morning. Those of you who don't really know what I do, I'm a personal trainer and a class instructor. I run a hybrid business, so it's face-to-face and online. And I normally teach online Monday to Saturday with various classes. So wherever you are in the country or the world, you could actually join me for training. So it's one of the things, if you're watching me thinking, oh, I like her, then you might want to come and train with me. If you're watching me thinking, oh, God, just scroll past, it's fine. You know, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. It's fine. I've got a really good quote this week, and it was like, I may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I drink protein, so F them. It was really naughty, but it really made me laugh. And I thought, oh, I like that. So anyway, yeah. So I think that should be my motto for this year. And when I'm saying this, somebody think, God, she's aggressive. No, I'm not, honestly. What it is, I'm really soft. And when you go put yourself out on social media, some people are lovely and fantastic, but unfortunately, people get a bit brave when they're like behind a screen and are quite horrible. So yeah, I haven't developed a thicker skin yet. So I find it really, really tricky when people are mean. So yeah, that's why I said that should be my motto this year. Stuff them. But it's not always easy. Anyway, right. So the title of today was Free Stuff plus Hoop and Chat. Now, the reason I said free stuff is I have got an amazing foam roller set to give away. There's a soft roller and a knobbly roller, and there's a separate little one for feet as well. And I've got 3 resistance bands to give away, and they are in the prettiest colours ever. They're really nice. So I've got these to give away. So LVS Sports just sent me a set complimentary for me to try. You know, obviously, of course, they would like me to tag them in it and stuff, but why wouldn't I? I've got a free gift. I mean, how lovely was that? So I've been using them, and you'll see that over the reels that I'm putting out there this week, using the different things, whether it's the bands, because I love resistance bands, or whether it's the foam rollers. And with the foam rollers and the knobbly roller and the ball roller, I've showed you different ways of using them. And today's exercise I'm going to put up is actually, funny enough, I used the soft roller to sort of massage out my shins, but I used it as a really good core exercise, and it was really hard. So I'm going to put that up today as well. So to win one of these, oh, sorry, I digress. So they sent me this free set, and I was like, oh, this is great. Been playing around with them. And then they sent me another one. I was like, oh, what's this for then? And then I got a message saying, if you want to do a giveaway, here's another set. And I was like, thank you. So that's what I'm doing. So a big up thank you to LVS Sport for my gift. It's not very often I get freebies. I think, you know, like people, celebrities and stuff, get loads of stuff free, don't they? But normal people, like moi, you just don't. Nobody gives you free stuff. So I was like, oh, thanks. Got a present. It made my day. So if you want to win, a chance to win one of these sets, I'll show you at the end, by the way, all you've got to do is follow me for a start. And if you already follow me, fantastic, thank you. Like today's post, Tag people in as many of my posts as you can. So you can go through my grid, have a look, see something you like, I think, oh, that'd be good for my friend. Tag them. So yeah, you want to follow, like, share, and tag. That's it. And if you do that as many times as you can up until Friday, every time you do it, you've got a bigger chance of winning the set. And then on Friday, I'll release who's winning. Something else I'm doing, must let you know. Every Wednesday, I'm doing like a Wellness Wednesday talk. So the first Wednesday in January was all about sleep, and we had a sleep focus week for a whole week. And I gave you top tips to help promote a good night's sleep, because we all know that everything in life feels so much better after a good night's sleep. Then week 2, so we started off Wednesday just gone, it was all about stress and top tips on how to lower stress. So we've been talking about stress, and I've been asking you guys to rate your stress on a 1 to 10. A level of 1 being virtually non-existent, and 10, you are really not happy. You feel like you're literally going to explode. And then we were talking about stress and what your triggers are. So talk to me. Tell me, how are you feeling today? On a scale of 1 to 10, how are your stress levels? Now, I'm going to be honest, when I got up this morning, for no apparent reason, nothing in particular happened or took me over the edge, I just felt really fed up this morning. You know, I was just like, oh, here we go. And I just felt miserable. So I probably felt quite stressed. Honestly, right now, after having teaching my class, chatting away to you, I don't feel stressed at all. I actually feel good, which is really nice. And I know this. I blimmin' know this. But when you're going through it yourself, it doesn't matter how many times people tell you something, we just find it hard to listen, don't we? And the reason I'm telling you this is that me, myself, I need to practice what I preach. I know that if I get up and I exercise and I show up and I turn up, I'm going to feel better. And I do. But it is hard. When you're in that sort of really stressed out state, you might be anxious, you're really suffering with anxiety, you might be feeling really low of mood. It is hard to make effort to do something positive, isn't it? Like, I go through a weird stage sometimes where I don't want to leave the house. That's not a good one for me. Before COVID, I was out in that park down the end of my road virtually every day, between walking the dogs, teaching my classes, teaching my PT. Now, we've got poorly doggies that they do need to go out, but they shouldn't really go out every day. It's a fine balancing act between taking them out enough to keep them active, but not taking them out too much, and like, because we've got some really poorly ones at the moment. So between that and having to, when I do go out and when I don't, sometimes I don't even want to go out, and that's stupid, because just going out every day in daylight for 15 minutes is so important. It just makes you feel so much better, and I do feel so much better when I do it. But just sometimes, I don't know, I just don't want to. So if that's you, again, talk to me. Sometimes it's really hard. You don't want to tell anybody because you feel a bit silly, or you feel like you're being weak. You can tell me. Most of you don't even know me. Just talk to me. I'm talking to you. I've just told you. That's almost like my deepest, darkest secrets. How miserable that sometimes I feel. And I know exactly what to do. But do I always do it? No. So this morning, I'm giving myself a pat on the back, because it would be really easy to just stay in bed. In fact, I'll go one step further. My confession was I wasn't even dressed until 10 minutes before my class. How bad is that? I've been awake since about 6. So there you go. So I just thought I'd share that with you, because you see people now on social media and everything looks all wonderful. It's not always, and I think people need to be honest about it. So boom, there you go, a bit of honesty. I've also now been hooping for 8 minutes, which is ridiculous. I was only going to do 5. So I'm going to stop, catch my hoop and go the other way. I'm just going to come over and check quickly in case anybody did comment. How can I work? That's a really interesting thing, Linda. So if you've got your stoma, so we'd have to be really careful. So your stoma is a bit lower, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit lower. Anyway, oh God, someone's ringing me. Let's turn that off because it will mess up my live. You might just have to cover it just to make sure that it couldn't catch on something. We'll have to have a think about that. Let's have a think and work out what we can do. Intercrew, I hope it's still there. Somebody just rang me. It might have just affected the live. Yeah, let's have a think about that, Linda. My clock is wrong. Yeah, I know. It's really annoying, Jess, isn't it? I can't get that off the wall and put it back on. So I've been nagging my husband to do it, and he's left it. It's so frustrating. Don't look at the clock. I know, it's super annoying. I kind of got over it now, though. I'm just having a look if anyone else has commented, because if they have, I hate ignoring people. If you're on my Instagram or anything, I can see your comments still, but on TikTok, when I finish the live, I can't see them, they're gone. Right, I think that was it. So yeah, my clock's wrong, and we're talking about hooping with a stoma, which isn't impossible. Right, other side. going back to hooping, hooping is absolutely fantastic. And the only contraindications generally, you know, there might be others, but generally speaking, are if you're pregnant, don't hoop. Bit of a no-brainer there. And secondly, if you've got any lower back problems, as in specific degenerative disc issues, then don't hoop. But if you've got like non-specific back pain, this is fabulous, because most of you would know that your core muscles, it's not just about having a flatter tummy or having visible abs, because let's be brutally honest, not everybody is capable. In fact, most of the population isn't capable of having visible abs. You have to have a pretty low body fat percentage. And although lowering our body fat percentage is a good thing, to have those really visible abs, you have to be really lean. So most of us aren't going to achieve that. Your core muscles actually are very functional. Even from sitting, walking, everything comes from your core. So it's a core sit. So when we work our core sit of muscles, a byproduct is we might get a flatter tummy, we might get a more nipped in waist, but you get a nice strong back as well, because that core sit supports everything. So when we're hooping, it's a really nice way of waking up those muscles. And those of you in non-specific back pain, when you strengthen your muscles, it's just really good. It helps. So this is wonderful. Also, if you get period pain, which, did you know, right, this is an interesting thing. Bear in mind, I'm like 52, gone through all sorts of things and through the periods bit. We should have known this when I was young. Periods should not be painful. So if you've got really painful periods and stuff, that's wrong. You shouldn't have that. So, you know, like we put up with it, like as girls, we put up with so much, don't we, hormonally, but it's incorrect. And if your balance in your body is correct, your periods won't be painful. And those of you who suffer with lots of clotting and that can be drastically reduced once your body gets the right balance and it's getting the vitamins and minerals, etc., that it needs. That's a whole nother conversation for another day, because if I start talking about that here, we'll be here about an hour. If you do want to know a bit more about that, I can help you. So not only am I a personal trainer and a class instructor, I'm also a sort of a wellness coach. And what I do is, part of the service I provide is personalised test-based nutrition as well. And it's amazing. It really is. But again, I'll talk about that another day. But if you're interested, just drop me a message and I can talk to you about that. It's fantastic. It's really interesting. You know, taking the lid off, looking inside your body as such, seeing your inflammation levels, how your gut health is, etc., etc., makes a lot of difference. Back to period pain. This does help sort of just alleviate that. The thought of putting a weighted hoop on when you've got period pain is like, oh God, no. But it actually does honestly help, I promise. I said right before I turned around, you've got to do both sides, otherwise you'll end up bent over like a banana. Really important to do balanced training. So this is why you hoop both sides, even though one side is a lot easier than the other. And I know that it's obvious, you know, you've got a dominant side, so you always want to make sure you hoop both sides. God, goodness me. Right, so back to the free stuff. Yeah, if you want to. So what have you got to do? Follow me. YouTubers, subscribe to me. Like my posts. Tag people. Share them. And if you share them, tag me in the share so I know that you've done it. And if you could do that as many times as you can, up until Friday, you'll have more chances to win that free equipment, which again, I'll show you at the end as well. All right. Now, if anyone's still there, because I know I've been chatting for freaking ages, but I've, by the way, I said freaking. I didn't swear. Somebody commented on me the other day, said I had really bad language. I hadn't actually sworn at all. I think it was when I'd said I'd done a talk after Christmas saying about if you've eaten like a shit pig. And I wasn't saying you were shitty pigs. I was using it as I was kind of referring to myself actually. I was sort of saying if you feel, you know, when you feel really bleh, you've eaten far too much or you've eaten more sugary stuff or more rich food, you just feel like bleh. I thought saying that we feel like shit pigs was a really good example, but I got taxed for that as well. That was quite a bad one. In fact, it actually culminated that conversation in this woman and I having this private thing where we're basically, it was awful. We were meant to be having this face-to-face meeting and she was like, oh yeah, I know who you are. And oh, it was awful. It was really bad. So I've decided that this year I'm rising above all of it. If anyone says horrible stuff to me, I'm not even going to respond. I'm just going to ignore it. Watch this space. I'm going to try. Anyway, I digress. So, talk to me. Tell me about your stress levels. Where you at? 1 to 10. Are you struggling with your fitness? Are you struggling to leave the house every day? Do you want to get a hoop? Do you want to win some free stuff? Do you want to know about cellular health and balancing out your body? There's a lot of questions. So just let me know. And honestly, guys, if I don't answer you during the live or I miss your comment, just DM me. I'll always reply, always. And as I say, if you're kind of listening to me, think, oh, I quite like her. That's really good. That makes me happy. Come and train with me. I've got something for everyone from the 1 minute daily challenge. I think one of the biggest sort of barriers or excuses that we tell ourselves is we haven't got time. We've all got time for what's important to us. Like we can all afford what's really important to us as well. I think it's really interesting to look at ourselves and decide what we choose to do, what we choose to spend our money on, what we choose to prioritise our time. And we're all guilty of that, all of us. But if you think about it, the greatest wealth that we all have is our health. And that's something that, you know, when it's gone, we are stuffed. It's as simple as that. We want, I hope, to live long, happy, healthy and mobile lives. It's really important. And I will do as much as I can to help you. I'm really passionate about what I do, which is why I'm still in this industry 34 years after I started. Did you hear that? 34 years. I mean, that makes me feel so bloody old. But also, I think it's something to be proud of. Lots of personal trainers and people burn out really quick, or they just leave it. I was that person. I hated PE, etc. at school. Absolutely freaking hated it. So don't think I was one of the sporty birds. I was not. Not at all. Absolutely hated it. Yeah, I was mortified going to classes. You know, I'd be the one hiding at the back. And yeah, I think all of that and feeling like being not included as such. You know, it's like, you know, when I first started training back way, it was like the scrunch socks and the thongs up your bum leotards and all of that. And it was the front row were the in crew. Anyone else didn't dare stand there. The instructor was leaping around at the front like a lunatic, not talking to anyone else other than the in crew. That's how it was. And I was like, nah, this is wrong. This is almost like being at school. You know, like with the in crowd. If you're in the in crowd, you're all right. If you weren't, you're like, oh. It reminded me of that. And I was like, yeah, this isn't good. So I'm not going to do this anymore. So, yeah. So basically, that's what got me into teaching in the first place. And then as time's gone on, it's just my passion. I absolutely love it. I can't imagine a life without trying to be as fit and healthy as I can. And especially as I'm getting older, it was really easy when I was younger. Do you know what I mean? If I was going out, I'd just like starve myself for a week, which I thought was a good idea. Can I just say, don't ever do that. It catches up with you tenfold when you get older. And for us girls, you can't get away with doing rough stuff like that, because then perimenopause will hit me like a ton of bricks. And this is why I now specialise in women's health, fitness and general wellness, because I don't want other people to go through what I went through. I want you to be happy, healthy and feel fantastic. Life is short. You know, I'm standing here now talking to you today. I'm 2 weeks away, 2 weeks tomorrow actually, from my 53rd birthday. And I'm like, oh my God. On one hand, I'm like, yeah, that's great. You know, I'm still going. Look at me. On the other hand, I'm thinking, oh crap, I'm really old. And it does. It scares me, you know, it does, because time just goes so fast. So, yeah, I'm even more acutely aware of how important it is. And for you guys, the sooner you start, the better. You know, it's never too late to start, by the way, but the sooner you start, the better, and the more positive that'll be for your bodies long term. Faye, interested. Excellent, Faye. We can talk. Right, I think that's it. I'm going to say goodbye to you all now. Thanks for watching me this morning. I do talk ever such a lot, but that's because I've got so much I want to get out. I've got so much. And this is what I say, it's my passion. It's my passion for fitness. It's my passion for helping people. I want as many people in our world to be fit and healthy and happy as possible. And if you wonder why I keep looking at different places, I've got TikTok here, I've got Instagram now, and I've got YouTube and Facebook over there. So I'm literally like this. It's really weird. Have a fantastic day. If you want to know any more about coming to join me for training or anything I've talked about. Oh, hold on. I need to show you the free stuff. Right. So in here, this is so cool. There's this little roller, really good for like up through your neck, your shoulder. It's really nice. Then there's this one for your feet. Absolutely great. Even if you are at work, you're just working from home, whatever, you can put your foot on this and do it while you're working. Keeps you nice and calm. It's lovely. And then in this bag, there is this fantastic roller. But look, there's a knobbly one, but then there's a little soft one on the inside you can pop out and use. This is so good, honestly. I was so chuffed. It's so nice to get something for free. Because as I said, no one ever gives anything for free these days, do they? And then would you like to see the bands? Yeah. Right, let's get the bands out. There's another packet, obviously, you get free. Can you just see how pretty these colours are? And I've been using this one. And there's a set of 3 bands, and these bands are different, what's the word? Different resistances. This is the easier one. I thought that was quite hard myself. It's nice it's ringing me, but it's not when I'm doing a live. So anyway, these are the things you could possibly win. Yeah, the foam roller set, the little massager, and these. And all you've got to do, remember what I said, is follow me. Yes. Subscribe to my channel. Yes. Like this post. Yes. Tag friends and share as many posts that I do this week as possible. But please tag me in them so that I know you've done it in case I miss it. And that would be such a shame. And then I will announce the winner on Friday. Okay, thank you. See you later, my lovelies. And I'm going to, check for any comments and then I'm going to go. So, StreamYard, that is my Facebook, my YouTube. I'll see you soon.